Yeah, the dancing, you discover or you unveil aspects
Yes.
of yourself that maybe you didn't know before.
It's true.
I remember during our first years of career with Eleonora, we want to make the action perfect. But we kind of never felt happy of our dance until one day that we said, okay, you know what?
Hi, welcome back to Glow Talks with Jess. I am thrilled to have my next guest with you guys, Riccardo Conte, professional ballroom dancer, my instructor and friend. We're missing Eleonora.
Yeah.
Sorry she can't be here today.
Yeah, she couldn't be here, but she says hi. She brings all big hugs and kisses from all of you.
She's so sweet. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
And I'm excited to share today some of our ballroom adventures in our world, but also to have you share some of your history in ballroom and how you got started. So let's dig in. So tell me, when did you first start taking ballroom lessons, or when did you get into ballroom?
I got into ballroom dance first in September 1997.
Okay, wow.
When I started my 5th grade school.
Okay.
Yes.
So 5th grade.
5th grade, yes. I was a little boy. Yeah, and I have to thank my mom for that. I mean, at first I wasn't that thankful because she was the one who wanted to dance and she needed somebody to dance with because my dad was working out of town.
Traveling.
Very often, traveling all the time. So he wasn't available.
Yeah.
And I was the only, being an only child, I was the only one of the household.
Yeah.
So, yes.
It's a tall order.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I was already playing basketball
back
then. And my mom just asked me to kindly go to her, to these ballroom classes.
Yeah. And so this is in Rome. Is that where you grew up?
It was in Rome. Yes, it was in Rome. We were in Rome. And there we met a classmate of mine back then. And
just by chance.
Yes, unexpectedly. It was we were like,
oh.
yes. So we just got paired together and thrown on the dance floor. So I ended up starting dancing with this girl. Mm-hmm. My mom ended up never starting dancing like continuously, and that's it. That's how I started this.
That's how it all started.
Slowly, I kind of started enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, oh, you know what? Actually, it's cool because I like song, I like music.
Yes.
I like to do move with. I was doing a lot of theater activity also with the school.
Okay.
So
yeah, there is a real theatrical component to ballroom dance.
Oh yeah.
So there's a huge draw there.
So that's basically how I started.
That's amazing. So now you were telling me that you were dancing more so amateur for many years up until you became a professional.
Yes.
But it's in my mind, I mean, I'm dancing in pro-am at a lower level, and when I see the pro-am at the top levels, those in my eyes, they look professional. Like it just looks like they were a pro or doing that their whole lives. So tell me a little bit about the transition from the amateur to the professional. And was that about the time that you decided to come to US with Eleonora?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I actually turned professional when during my last partnership, which actually is with the same person who became then my wife. Which is Eleonora.
Yes, Eleonora.
That means that with all my previous partners, I always danced amateur. So you establish your career, you establish yourself as an amateur, your name, as an amateur, and then you decide to turn pro. When you turn pro, you do it mainly for a purpose of it's easier to work. It's easier if you want to also create a career as a judge or
have your own studio.
Having that. Yeah, let's say officially, unofficially, you can do it even as an amateur.
Okay.
But then when you turn pro, everything because everything is easier.
Yeah.
You know, especially when in a universe, let's say, of a pro-am dancing, everything becomes much easier when you're pro. And
not so much in Europe, though. You were
in
mentioning,
Europe, yes,
which
in
is
Europe
why
is
you wanted
different.
to.
Yes, in Europe is a little bit different because you want to try to stay, let's say, amateur maybe as long as you can, or establish yourself as much as you can, and then make the statement turning pro and just reaching the peak of your career there. When we started dancing with Eleonora, I wanted to start immediately in professional division, and our teacher suggested to still dancing one more year in amateur. So we actually almost a couple of years actually, because we started dancing together in 2014, and we turned...
so 10 years now.
Yes.
Wow,
yeah.
It's official, 10 years.
Oh, yes, yeah. Well, in last March, we actually made 10 years of our first tryout.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well, you guys are beautiful dancers together, and
thank you.
Of course, I'm sure it's no easy feat to work professionally also with your spouse.
So. Yes, it's a deal. You know, you need to find some agreements. You may have you may argue some time, of course, is normal, but the most important thing is that you always end it up with a hug, with a kiss, you know, with some sweet words. But working together, dancing together, living together, traveling together, it's difficult, but it's also cool because it makes the relationship very, very close, very strong, very, complementary.
Yes.
So...
No, you guys are amazing. I mean, you're an amazing team together competitively, but also as my coaches. So I love that you guys can actually contrast and help me as a student to understand what you're looking for as the lead. And then Eleonora's been super helpful with helping me to understand what I need to be doing my own part as the follow. So I think a lot of folks, when they watch ballroom dancing, they don't understand that it's not one or the other partner doing something. Both are having to do their part at the same time in order for it to all work.
Yes.
So, which I love.
True. It is absolutely correct. I may help you with what I wanted to see, what I wanted to feel from the inside, from the inner side of
from the connection.
The couple. Yes. But then Eleonora definitely can help you from an outer perspective. Okay, so from the couple, from the outside, or from you, I want to see this kind of aspect. I want you to improve that thing. I want you to...
Well, even, I mean, look, being a woman, right? We have hips and our bodies are different than a man. So she was very instrumental in helping me to even help, like, position my hips or turning my feet so that I can have a pass through on certain movements where I would continually get fumbled up. She could see from across the floor, like, okay, this is what I need to show her. So I love it.
She's the one dancing on the heels.
Oh my gosh, don't talk about the dancing on the heels. Woo!
Yeah, so definitely
it's a workout.
Has better advices than maybe than us,
No, I think it's great. I'm so thankful for you both. So now let's talk a little bit about just the adventures of dance, right? Like when we go into the independent world and we're out here trying to compete, I know that there's these like facets of my dancing wanting to be a 9 dance, student, where I'm trying to get all the dances, like modalities, to have a wider range of dance modalities versus the social dancing, for instance, or they have all these other categories of dance that maybe people don't even know about. So they see us out there with like fancy dresses and, smooths, but maybe they didn't know there was hustle or swing or salsa, bachata.
Yeah, we have such a huge bucket of dances that we can pick. Then of course how these are organized, it is different. You have specialty dances like social dances, you have Latin American, you have ballroom, smooth and rhythms. You can just dance each dance individual. You can compete individually on one dance.
Yeah.
You can compete on a bunch in styles.
Yep.
So you can be judged on overall on the style.
Mm-hmm.
You can be judged on the overall of 2 styles.
Okay, right.
As you said, like 6 dances, 9
Yeah,
dances,
9
10
dances,
dances,
yeah.
which in that case is the overall judge of rhythm and smooth,
Oh,
or
right.
Latin American ballroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
And those are even though they seem kind of similar, they're very different technically.
They're very different,
Like
yes.
the international standard and Latin versus the American smooth and rhythm.
Yes. Yeah. American style, which are the rhythms and the smooth. It's a style of dance who was born here and is growing, is blooming tremendously.
Yeah, that's the
around
style
the
that
world.
I
Yes.
compete and dance
Which
in.
is a fabulous style, 2
Yeah.
fabulous styles, which is a mix of
Mhm.
ballroom, Latin American, and it's very, very enjoyable to
I mean, I
watch.
feel like it gives you an opportunity. Not that you're not theatrical in standard or in Latin, but I do feel the American smooth, especially because we can disconnect and have moments
Yeah.
side by side or in front of each other, but not connected with our
Yes,
frame.
not all the time.
right?
Yes, exactly.
So it's a little different. It gives you some variety, I
Yes, absolutely. You know, in standard you're connected all the time.
think. Yes.
You are more restricted, let's say.
Yeah, but it's
what
harder.
you can do. It may be on
I
some
think.
aspects can be harder. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, every style is hard in its
Mhm.
own way.
Yes.
So I don't think there is a style who is easier than the other.
Yeah.
Everything is difficult and enjoyable and
Mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah. And I mean,
on
that's
its
the
own.
difference between like the competitive dance and let's say social dance, because I think as humans, we talked about this earlier that, everything runs on a rhythm,
Mhm.
so
Yes.
the ocean, the way that
Yes.
sounds,
Yes.
nature, sounds, our heart,
Poetry.
our
Yes,
heartbeat,
yes.
so
Yes.
why it just only seems natural that we would be dancing with our bodies, right?
Yes.
And in the social dance, look, I've seen it, and I have literally seen and witnessed people come in to a studio, have zero ability, zero what they would call like 2 left feet, and that you have no ability to keep the beat. Like I've watched these folks learn how to dance and do very well,
Yes.
and still have fun.
Well, but that's the thing. I firmly believe that everybody can dance. When people comes to me and say that, oh my, or I say it to these people, yes, I'm a dance instructor. Oh, you're a dance instructor. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I wish I could have some rhythm in my body. I'm a piece of wood. I'm a stick. I'm not flexible. That's not really true. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you believe. That's what you think of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But probably because you never got the chance to try to find out,
Right,
if
or
you
work
can
on it, or focus on it.
Yes.
I mean, how is the saying? Our mind goes where energy flows.
Yes,
Or-
exactly.
Energy flows where the mind goes. So
Yes, exactly. It is a combination
Mhm.
of willingness,
Yeah.
but also shine,
confidence.
confidence.
Yes.
So
I've had to
maybe-
build so much confidence.
Yes,
for
I
this.
saw with you during these years working together. We had to work a lot
Yeah.
on that aspect, and now definitely I can say that you are almost a different person,
Yeah.
or a different dancer.
Yeah.
which,
I
because
still
I'm
need
so-
to be consistent
Definitely, we still have always to
with the
improve.
showmanship.
Yes.
So I'm
yes.
working on that one.
Yes, but we always want to. We never want to lose
Yeah.
sight from the. Okay, I need to improve my confidence. I
Mhm.
want to look cool. I want to feel
Mhm.
cool, and I want to just let myself go.
Have some
I don't want to
freedom.
have any.
Freedom of the body.
Yes,
Freedom of movement
yes.
in the body.
I want to always try to expand. That's what I normally say. I want to always try to expand my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Because staying within the comfort zone is just boring.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I know. You don't get many good looks from the judges.
Well, maybe. In general, let's try to expand
No, but I have found so many. Well, so the other thing I love about dance, and I've had the privilege of meeting some of your other fantastic students, is that it's really for all ages.
Yes. Oh,
You know, so I mean, even at these competitions, they have the age categories that are upwards of the, 60s and
80s.
beyond. And
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen a lot of amazing dancers who surprisingly are 70
Oh, yeah.
plus, 70 plus.
You can dance up to 99 years.
Well, and typically what I notice is that those are the folks who look younger than their age. Is when they've been doing dance, taking care of their body. I mean, look, let's be honest. Dance is going to keep you grounded. I mean, not just because of the dance floor, no pun intended, but, like you want to take care of your body. And especially if you are starting to see the results of your dancing and how you can improve. And you then want to be able to kind of take care of your body in the process of that so that it can continue to do the work, right?
Yeah.
All along the way.
Dance is an activity, people call it sport, people call it art, dance, sport, then whatever. But it's an activity that keeps you healthy.
Yep.
Because
and the mind-body connection.
Yes.
That's a huge,
within
huge
your
component.
brain, within your state of mind, within physically in your muscles, in your joints. I mean, we have people. I know people who has many problems in the joints, and the doctor suggested them, go dancing. Go dancing because you need it to keep it in movement.
Mobility.
You never do something repetitive. You never repeat the same action like any other kind of normal workout. Let's say.
Yes.
And that's the coolest part.
Yeah.
That without realizing, you just keep your body always in movement.
Yeah.
Always and always and always. I have students who they are, let's say, above 70s, or I had also in the past. I remember when I was in Italy, we had a student. She was, I think, above 80s, the 80s, former yoga instructor.
Okay.
She was just amazing. She was just able to doing anything. One day I was like, oh, you are a yoga instructor? Yes, look, I can do a split. Oh, really? You were able to do a split? No, I am able to do a split.
I can still do it.
And she was like, boom. 85, 84 years old. She was just went down in a split. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, I'm not able to split.
I'm like, I wouldn't have believed it,
Yes, so...
No, that's amazing. I think it does really help to elevate like the mind, the body, and the spirit. I mean, I remember my first competition wasn't with you, but it was out at more of a national comp. It was like a larger comp in California. And I had just started. I was like an associate bronze. It was like the lowest, that's the entry point. And at that competition, it was the only heat that I could like win, first, second, third, and so on. And once I got to the edge of the dance floor and I looked up, there were 12 couples in this heat, and it was both men and women. So we were all the students were being judged, men and women students against each other. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Like, this is just, what is this? And then I just remember saying this little prayer of like, God, if this is for me, like, this is actually for you. So just let me know. And sure enough, I went out there and I got first place of 12 couples. I literally almost fell over. I don't even think I could curtsy. I literally almost fell over in the middle of the floor. So it was clear to me that, God was telling me that this was something I should be doing. And I'm so thankful because it really has trained me in ways with other sports that I've never been trained or have understood myself in the same way as I have through learning ballroom.
Yeah, the dancing, you discover or you unveil aspects of yourself that maybe you didn't know before.
It's true.
I remember during our first years of career with Eleonora, of partnership with Eleonora, we were focusing so much on improving, make things perfect. Technically wise. I mean, I'm not talking about anything
on the outside, like the technique of doing
I want to improve myself. We want to improve myself. We want to make the action perfect. But we kind of never felt happy of our dance. And I'm talking many years ago. Until one day that we said, okay, you know what? We feel that we are kind of losing the sight of what we're doing, of
Yeah.
the purpose that we're
Yes,
doing it.
the purpose.
What's the purpose? The purpose is we gotta feel happy. I mean, dancing is something that is supposed to be to make you happy,
Yeah.
or to make people entertaining,
Yeah.
or make people feel good watching you dancing. And we kind of felt that we were losing sight of this
Yeah.
until, and then we said, okay, you know what? We practiced so hard until today. Now we're gonna dance this next competition, this next round, this next practice session, whatever. Just focusing on being happy, trying to
finding the joy in
feeling the exactly,
Yes.
feeling the joy, and feeling the meaning of each dance. Trying to tell a story for each dance.
Yeah, and the music.
Yes, with the music, with the use of the bodies,
It's so healing.
and it was immediately a game changer. We
Wow,
felt
okay.
immediately that the performance changed.
Mm-hmm.
We felt less pain. Pain meant like tired. Sorry, we felt less tired.
Okay,
at the end of the dance,
Yeah.
because we were focusing on something else.
Yeah.
We were focusing on enjoying what we were doing at the moment.
Yeah.
And right at that moment.
Yeah.
Too many times you dance or you do whatever, even during life, no, just daily life. You do something, and then you keep doing something, but thinking of what happened before.
Right.
So you living now, thinking in the past. That's something that doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, you enjoy only 20% of what you're doing now if you keep thinking of what happened before. You know?
Or being scared of the future.
Oh, yes, exactly.
It doesn't work in dance. I've tried it.
Yeah, exactly. But most of the time we are scared of the future because of some bad experience, or because of some...
Or you're anticipating the next part, or the next part of the routine, or whatever, that maybe you didn't do it well so many times and you're worried, oh, what's going to happen when I get to that part? Well,
exactly. You know, many times I tell you, don't worry what's happening there. Let's get there first, and then we will think about it.
Yeah.
But
no, I mean, that's the joyfulness of it, right? Is that it really does force you to live in the present.
Yes.
You know, and to really enjoy the moments and understand that all of our training and everything that we've done leading up till now is going to reflect. Yeah. And it's a learning process, right? Because the failure part only helps you to understand where the holes are and where we need to practice more, right? And that's part of these competitions.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
Because you're put on the spot. Like this is the tick time on your timeline of like, okay, let's go out here. You're in your full costume, your makeup. We've practiced. We've done all this like at Emerald Ball.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what I was getting into. It was such a huge comp. Like the whole one day was for silver only. And I was like, wait a minute, is that for real? You know?
Yes. And that's nothing more, let's say, happy to see for me of looking at you, looking at my students, being happy of what they're doing or what they achieved in that moment.
And I wasn't too nervous.
And you were not nervous, which
so that was a bonus.
Definitely was great. I mean, I remember normally when we first started during the first hits,
cold hands,
it was like, oh
shaky,
my god, okay, I was gonna
sweating.
Yes. No, this time, last time in LA, cool, nice, easy. Then of course,
it was a great comp.
Stuff happens.
No,
maybe
of course.
we got stuck somewhere because the floor was crowded or whatever.
Stuff happens. Oh my gosh. Well, that was NYDF. It was like the Matrix. Yeah. Almost got
Oh my god, I remember the tango was fine. The tango was fun.
You had to put your head all the way back, and the girl's hand was like, whew. I was like,
yeah. I showed you the picture where it looks like that I have no head. Oh my head was cut off.
So funny. But that's part of the sport, right?
Yes.
Part of the fun.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, well, I am so thankful to have you here. I hope that, my listeners have gained some insight to some of our world. I think, it's really important to live in the present moment, and dance have taught me that so much. The confidence as well.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a big deal, especially if you are or consider yourself or want to be an artist. I mean, I think the whole thing about making art is being able to be vulnerable. And it's really hard to do that, right, on a stage with like all these judges and people watching you. If you're a painter or a photographer, you can have the chance to like fix it or make it what you think before you release it. But this is a real challenge, you know?
And this is the motto that we had. We decided to make art when we decided to move here, basically. We decided to come here and say, okay, let's just be ourselves. Let's enjoy every single moment, every given day, everything to the maximum. Of course, being to do our best, pushing hard, being serious, being fair to everyone. So being good people and enjoy what God will give us, and see what happens.
Yeah.
So thanks God, it is paying back so far.
Yeah.
Because we finally looks like that we are now living our lives.
Well, and your professional competitions are getting better and better.
Yeah.
And you're placing higher. You've graduated or have placed out of Rising Star. I think that was that was a big jump, right?
Yeah, well, we're doing good. We're happy. We are
you guys
really
are
happy.
amazing.
Yes, it is. But probably because we have now this new mindset. I mean, not new, but this mindset and we're trying to transfer our mindset on top of our knowledge to you, to the other students, to the people that is
and it
around
reflects.
us.
I mean, a couple of your other students placed very high at Blackpool.
Yeah,
that was just a couple weeks ago. So Blackpool is that's the Super Bowl of ballroom. So
we're very proud. Very proud
of
what everyone is doing, what you're doing, what everyone is doing.
So Riccardo, I have a question. I know that ballroom dancing, it does require a lot with your body, mind, spirit. Have you ever been concerned or have had a time where you've had to overcome challenges physically or mentally in order to compete well or to continue to show up, or have you been pressured to change yourself in any way throughout your journey?
Well, I will be very sincere. When I was younger, I was not thinking about this a lot, actually, because I was being very strong, so I never had a lot of problems. But definitely, increasing the intensity of the practice, reaching the top level, reaching the top. We started, me and my wife, because I think at me as a team, with my wife, we definitely had to schedule a certain workout, a certain diet to follow. Then of course sometimes we cheat. Sure. But we definitely felt the need, not the pressure, maybe. Okay. Because I never felt too much pressure for these kind of things, but we felt the need of being very straight on this, to keep ourselves healthy, to prevent any kind of inflammation, to prevent any kind of sickness, bad food, injuries. We went through injuries. Yes. We went through injuries. A couple of them were
Eleanor's foot.
Kind of dangerous. Eleanor's foot. Yes, that one was. Yeah, maybe that one was kind of pushing a lot. Yeah. Mentally. Yeah. Mentally, because was challenging, actually. It was challenging mentally, because we didn't know if she would have been able to dance anymore. Yeah. So we had to follow a very straight therapy. And then after the therapy, after everything went okay, was okay. Since then, she has now to follow a certain lifestyle. Yeah. Like wearing only the certain kind of shoes, wearing a certain kind of inserts in shoes, dancing with certain shoes,
I mean, I will say from the student perspective, like maintaining a certain look is important when you're competing. Not that in the world of ballroom that you would be judged if you're dancing and you're doing well and you have a presence and a stage presence. I don't think it's as common these days that if you're overweight or maybe you're, looking different than this other person, I don't think that it's as heavily,
No.
like looked at, right? Because
Yeah.
everyone's out there trying to live their joys and learn something new.
Yeah.
However, I know for myself, like what my food sensitivities are. And if I'm out at vacation for a week and then I'm certainly going to think twice about scheduling a competition the very next week. Like I need
Yes.
time to like get myself back in a, in a
Yeah.
regimen, the diet, the inflammation,
Yeah.
taking care of your mind,
Yes, definitely.
the sleep. Like it's just like any other sport, really. You have to allow yourself to heal. And then I also know when I perform best, how my body is, like
Yeah.
what training and what foods and what things that I can
Exactly.
do in order to set myself up for
Yes.
success.
Yeah, the important thing is prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself ahead. So
Mhm.
plan ahead. Can be for a certain competition, showcase,
Yeah.
for a certain.
I order the
certain thing.
groceries to the hotel.
Yes.
That's like I know it's healthy food. I
Yes,
don't have to
exactly.
rely on whatever's may or may not be
Yes.
there.
So maybe this is what we mean. What we mean with the pressure, maybe.
Yeah.
But
For the lifestyle.
yes, more than pressure,
of the
I would
dancer.
say it's just a lifestyle. Is like, okay, we want to maintain
Yeah.
what we call the athlete's
Yes.
style,
Yep.
because at the end we are all athletes.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. And we like to do our best and
and
look
we
our
want
best.
to do we look the best, and performance the best.
Exactly. Exactly. Riccardo, share with me how a young person would, let's say, take the steps to become a professional dancer or to go pro. What does that journey look like?
Well, based on my experience, my suggestion is find somebody that you trust. Find somebody that, let's say, counts on you, points on you, really. Let's say trusts you,
Yes.
trusts your skills. Okay. Accept all the criticism that you will ever have. That's the
Okay.
most important thing. Being humble.
Okay. Yeah.
Very humble. I met so many people that literally burned themselves, burned their career, because they thought that they were, oh, I'm better than this, or you're saying this, but I don't believe what you're saying. Things like these, really like talents that just quit because they were not able to accept the criticism, the critics, the feedbacks. So accept all the feedbacks, trying always to improve yourself. And you will have many disappointments. You will have many bad results, many bad feedbacks. Just accept. Just take it, swallow it, right?
Yeah.
And use it as fuel for push it harder, for improve yourself, to become a better person. Also because one day you might be that teacher.
That's
you
true.
might be that professional that has to grow new talents.
Other dancers.
Yes. Regardless from the age, because I always want to try to treat everyone with the same in the same way.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, somebody younger, somebody older, everyone has potential, and I give them all the same suggestions. Make it with fun.
Yep.
Never lose the artistic part, the artistic aspect.
Yep.
And always be happy. Always make it being happy.
Find joy in it.
Being positive.
Yeah.
Being positive and have fun. The last thing, I think you can confirm that. The last thing that I say to anyone before stepping on the floor is, okay, let's go. Have fun.
Yep.
Have some fun.
Yep. It's true.
And of course, you study, you work hard, but find somebody who trusts you and which you trust. Work hard, being humble. Accept what your partner says, what your teacher says, what everyone says, but then trust what people that actually counts on you, what people that actually loves you, suggests and tells you. That's the thing, probably.
Riccardo, thank you so much for being here with me today. I am so excited about our continued adventures in dance. We've got a couple of comps coming up later this year, so we're going to be working hard.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell all my viewers, where can they find you online? How can they get in touch with you if they're looking for not just professional, but maybe even social, or just wanting to get into dance?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We offer many services, let's say, because we are open for like wedding dances, social dances, competitive dance, for anything. They can find us on Facebook, on our social pages, social medias, Riccardo Conte and Eleonora Filippi. Same thing on Instagram for my wife, like Eleonora Filippi or Riccardo Conte Pro. And soon also they will find us on our website.
Amazing.
Yes. So
so Facebook and Instagram, Riccardo Conte Pro.
They can They can just also Google us, Riccardo Conte and Eleonora Filippi.
And you're here generally in the DC, Virginia, Maryland area.
Yes.
Good. So flexible on location.
Yes.
Which is great.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your being here. And thank you all for watching another episode of Glow Talks with Jess. You can find me on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Find my IG page, JessErnst_, and Glow Talks with Jess. Until next time, we will see you very soon. Ciao.